I have a recipe for you today. It's cream of zucchini soup. Well, as I always do, I'm going to change it up a little bit to suit me. Let me show you where. Remember when I showed you this book that I got, the 3, 4, and 5 ingredient book? This is in the 5 ingredient, and it's very simple. So let's just get started. I'm going to bring you down. Oh, before I get too far, this is Budget Meals Under $5. It is hosted by my friend Brenda, Maniac Grammy's Homestead. Go over and check and see what she posts today and what everyone else in this awesome collaboration posts. You never know what you're going to see. And remember, it's under $5. It can be for one serving. It can be for a whole casserole, whole dessert, whatever. She's really good about counting down like how much exactly. I'm not quite that good, but I always try to make a pretty budget-friendly meal. So mine and a few additions to this recipe. So keep watching. I'm going to bring the camera down and show you what to do. I got my pan here with just a little bit of water in it. It called for a pound of zucchini. I'm not sure that is 1 pound. So what I'm going to do is a couple of my little potatoes in there, and it calls for an onion. It calls for a cup of onion. This is going to be my onion. So we'll go from there. And I'm going to chop this all up and put it in this pot with just a little water and just cook it till it's tender. Got all this ready to go in the pot. It said to grate it, but I like a little of substance to my food. Little bite-sized pieces. And I did 3 little potatoes because I don't think I have a whole pound. I always like to make mine flat and lay them down where they don't roll around. I even like to do that on a cantaloupe or anything like that. Watermelon. I haven't even had a watermelon this whole year, besides when I was somewhere else. I hope everybody's having a good day today. And I put them in the refrigerator. Some people say not to put them in the refrigerator, but I did. It seems like they last longer. My main vegetables in here, unless I change my mind and decide to put something else in it. I was just thinking, I watch a lot of different ones that have cook with meat. And, you know, I mean, I'm not against cooking with meat for somebody else. I don't want it for myself. Okay, big onion. The reason I decided to eat the way I did, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard my story. When I was 43 and pregnant with my son, my husband was 48 and he had a heart attack. Well, my mom had already had a heart attack. And I thought at the time, I started listening to John McDougall on the radio. He was vegan. I never did get to vegan. But I thought to myself, if I can eat this way and be healthier, maybe that would be good for me. At that time, I had Richard, my husband, listen to it, and he said, oh yeah, let's do this. Well, he was pretty gung-ho at first, but it didn't last very long. But by then, I didn't cook meat at home. When we'd go uptown, he would, here it is, all in the pot. Now I'm going to cook that up, and I'll be back. But let me finish telling you this. By then, he had started eating a little bit of meat. And I am back now. I used one of these cubes. What is it? It's the Knorr. This one is beef cube. I put it in 2 cups of water because it was a big one. Boiled it. Put it in there. This is, the recipe said to grind this all up. I like my chunks here, so I'm going to stick with that. Then I put the 2 cups in. I'm not going to add any salt now because, this beef seasoning. It's very salty. For 2 cups of milk, and I used evaporated milk. This is 12 ounces, so I put just a little bit of water in and mixed it right here. You can see. I'll put a little pepper, and then it calls for basil. I added a teaspoon of this basil at this point. I haven't tasted of it yet. And a little bit of pepper, little chives. Now it says don't boil this now because it has that milk. I don't want it to curdle. And if I wanted it thicker than this, you know, I like crackers and all that kind of thing in my soup. So I think I wouldn't thicken it, but you could make a little bit of flour and water, mix it together, or cornstarch and water, and thicken this up. I'll be back with the taste test real soon. Okay, here's my soup. I have a feeling it's going to be good. I did take a taste of it. And I'm going to be bringing this camera around where you can see me take a bite of it. I'm looking forward to having some, sitting back and enjoying this wonderful soup. You might want to try this. You can do all kinds of variations with this. If you don't like zucchini, put something else in it. That's the way we do things. Oh yeah, hold on. You guys, there's a lot of changing around when you're doing a video. Okay, now that's better. Now you see my cups. Let me move this up. Okay, I was telling you about when my husband and I started becoming pescatarians. We didn't know that term at the time. We didn't stick with vegan because we continued to have our eggs and our milk and our cheese and all that kind of thing. And for many years, I didn't eat any fish. But a few years later, I began to eat it. Now, remember, this was 34, 35 years ago. And you think, okay, you did this. Well, I continue to eat my donuts ever so often. And, you know, I had a lot of things I shouldn't have along the way. But I always had that in mind that maybe this would be more helpful. I did have a heart attack, you guys. That didn't damage my heart, thank the Lord. And I always wondered, would I have had a worse one if I had been eating meat, or would I not? I'll never know the answer to that. And so I just decided I don't miss meat at all. I save a lot of money by not having meat. And, you know, I find all kinds of other alternatives. And I'm not trying to, anytime, any of my recipes that I show here, you can always add meat to any of them that I show. Okay. Anyway, that's the reason that we went on this, it was kind of John McDougall's plan. And if you ever we went to one of his seminars one time, and they had a buffet, and oh my goodness, the food you got to eat, it was awesome. There's all kinds, and very easily made. Of course, lots of beans. Hopefully you like beans because it's so full of protein and fiber and all kinds of good things for you. So, you know, you can check that out yourself. Okay, let's try this soup. I'm going to try. I'm going to get a potato too. The potatoes, some of them are a little bigger. And the recipe, they grated all this and they didn't put potatoes in it, but there you go. Now, I really like that. It's not real salty. You know, I have that broth in it that's supposed to be salty. I would add a little more salt, but I wouldn't put it to the pot. If you needed it, you could put a little bit in your bowl. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you'll come back and Come on back tomorrow. Come on back the next day and check it out. We got something every day. God bless you. Don't forget Jesus loves you. Enjoy your food. Okay, my hair's bugging me. It stayed pretty good all day and now it's done. See you tomorrow. God bless you. I'm gonna have another bite. Then I'm gonna go put my feet up. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. That basil's good in it. Okay, bye.